So, what do I want to say about that? We do live in transformational times. The power of non-traditional awareness campaigns. People such as me and you, who try to use our own story, put it into our work, and try to inspire other people to follow us in whatever that might be. So, what is my position then today? Besides everything else I have told you, I have joined Vice Media. I'm absolutely not a media person. I'm on the other spectrum, and I think that is why they hired me. Because what I love about Vice is that they always go one step further, and they want to make sure that every single tribe they are addressing, and we're talking around 73 million young people a month, is addressed. And so there needed to be somewhere a tribe Tessy that I can talk to, and that is the tribe about activism. That is the tribe about woman empowerment. That is the tribe about speaking up. And that is the tribe about reinforcing the relationship and the beauty of man and woman together, wherever they are. So, the power of storytelling for Pfizer vaccines specifically then. I thought about that, and I thought Pfizer has such an amazing story, beautiful. 1802, the first vaccinations came upon. And 1810 was, and that is for the specific example I want to give, was an Italian scientist who used vaccinations between a cow and human beings for the first time. Why Italy? Why am I saying that? Because I do believe that Pfizer is in a beautiful state right now. It has a huge opportunity. Only in March this year, Italy voted to make it non-compulsory for parents to vaccinate their children or to report that they vaccinated their child. As a consequence, the next year coming up now, even if the law would change, these children will not need to present an up-to-date vaccination paper. What does that mean for the story of Pfizer? But what does that mean for the story of human beings? It's very complex. It means that hundreds, decades of work are at risk. There's a huge risk. And the story of Pfizer that they have in Italy is a strong one. To remind people of what was in the past. Why did vaccinations came to being? How did they change our societies? How did they make our societies stronger? How do we rely and relate to it? Me, as a mother of two Gen Zians, it's a terrifying but yet strong moment for Pfizer, but also for a lot of people, because you have the opportunity to use your history, the strongest history, because health is something everyone can relate to use that history and make it yours, bring it back home, bring it back to your tribes. Because Vice, for example, we understand these tribes. We work globally, as does Pfizer. So you do understand the cultures and the tribes. And as such, even though what has happened in Italy, hopefully it will not happen anywhere else, and hopefully they will go back to where they were with help of storytelling, with help of reminding people, where do we come from? What has happened before? What did our grandfathers and grandmothers do to enable us to have these vaccinations? And how did they help the society to grow and become better and healthier and stronger? So we work with all kinds of brands, right? I have a few examples I will share with you in a minute. But let me go into a little bit of case studies for you. So I chose for you today the goalkeepers, the Red Campaign, and UNAIDS. What does that mean? So the goalkeeper, which I thought was really, really nice for Pfizer, it's a campaign we worked with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. As you know, they work as well a lot to enable health practitioners and new research to bring new medications out, specifically in malaria and so on around the world. So what we did for them is that we created for them a campaign to raise awareness, raise funds, but also we created a video for them, which I love because I do believe, and I will show it to you in a second, I do believe storytelling should be positive. Storytelling should be used as a weapon of construction, as a weapon of sustainability, and as a weapon of development. So let me see if this works now. Do I click on it?
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom. It was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief. It was the epoch of incredulity. It was the season of light. It was the season of darkness. It was the spring of hope. It was the winter of despair.
So there you could see that how we use storytelling for Vice Impact, the department I'm heading for EMEA. It's all about constructive, sustainable, possible, positive change. Another campaign I'm really, really proud of, specifically as I'm a UN ambassador for young women and adolescent girls for HIV/AIDS, is the RED campaign. So the RED campaign we work with for years now, but last year was definitely one of our best years yet. We raised 73 million for them through different campaigns that I go into a little detail after. But what was the story about it? It was really the story to say HIV/AIDS in the 21st century, in 2017 at the time and 2018 now, it's still there. Yes, we don't die on it anymore, that's true. However, it infringes on our lives. The medication is quite brutal. It makes you feel not always very great. And why not invest in prevention storytelling rather than reaction and giving them what they need then after? So we reached out, of course, because storytelling needs to be well thought through. It is a construction, but it can also be a destruction. Storytelling brings peace, storytelling brings war, storytelling brings new friends, and storytelling brings a lot of other things as well. So one needs to always be cautious with the words one chooses. And that's the same for every campaign you will be doing. And as I understand as well with Pfizer, obviously in the medical field, you have very restricted regulations, and every country has different laws. And of course, these laws change so quickly. Now Brexit happens, or will it? All of these different other things, all of these outside factors, such a big company, such as Pfizer, cannot control. It's out of your reach. However, what you can do is to keep your story straight. Be proud of what you have done, and tell a story of an innovative brand that moves towards the future in confidence, knowing that what you have already provided in the past was life-changing. You saved millions of lives. You united families. You make sure that grandparents in the winter have their flu shots, that babies have it, that the polio is where it is now, the same for measles and so on. It's really absolutely incredible. What a powerful story. And so for the Red campaign, we try to do the same. And how do we do it? Obviously with Vice, we have a very, very fortunate situation that we have a really incredible reach. So not only do we reach 73 million young people, that we tell the story, but not for us to tell and tell and tell and tell over again. No, for them to take the story and take it to the next step. And so, yeah, so what we then have done here is that we also, what you also will possibly do, is include celebrities, is include influencers, all of these new tribes that are getting stronger and stronger. It's not enough anymore to have a, for example, CSR campaign that you put on your annual review and then you wave up in the air as a company and say, we're doing something good. That is far long gone, because millennials, in the Vice language, they have an incredible bullshit radar. And if they see that what is on paper is not represented in reality, they will bring you down. And so what do? You use your story with the highest integrity and accountability you can, as you do for your own story. Use your story of the company you work for as you would do for yourself. So how did we do it for Red? Because I'm sure a lot of people think about themselves, well, how did they raise 73 million? That's quite a lot of money. So we did reports for them, documentaries. We have 15 TV channels, we have 14 social channels and all of that other things. So we are pretty much out there. We worked with celebrities. I'll show you a little video later. I will not do it in full, but just to give you the idea of how it felt. We worked with leading brands and created these shoppables, because nowadays, obviously, tribes, they like to identify themselves with each other. So you have the tribes of the Reebok shoes. You have the tribes of these these new skateboards and all that stuff. My sons talk about it all the time, but it's difficult for me to keep up with them. So shoppables, important. Everyone likes to wear a wristband and say, hey, I know that. Yes, I'm part of that tribe. I'm with you. We're strong. You know, everyone wants to be part of a group. That is just the nature of human being. We worked with other channels at Vice, and yeah, we created different media partners as well around the world, because obviously Red and HIV/AIDS is something that is not exclusive to the UK. And as Pfizer knows best, vaccinations, or the illnesses that make that vaccinations are necessary, they do not discriminate. They do not know what borders mean, and they go wherever they want, right?